Hi, this is Alessio. Hope you're well. In this quick video, I just want to mention something quite interesting happening on a crypto that's a favorite of mine. One of my favorite cryptos out there is Dash. I know that we don't have a lot of Dash fans probably watching this particular video, but in any case, let me just talk to you about what I'm seeing here on this chart. So this is a chart of Dash on Poloniex, and by the way, what I'm looking at here is what's happening just recently on the chart of Dash, and that's what's happening over here on the bottom. So notice something very interesting. Dash has been going sideways for a while, consolidating, and the momentum at that point was pushing slightly lower, but now it's going the other way. This is what's interesting about this. I always get very excited when I see a momentum shift like this. All right. And by the way, these red dots you see here on the LT pulse, this is indicating that a potentially big move is preparing to happen. Now, we don't know which direction this particular pulse is going to fire, but the momentum shift on the pulse is indicating that this could potentially fire to the upside. We will only know which direction is confirmed once the red dots turn to blue dots, like over here. So when the red dots turn to blue dots, like over here, with a positive momentum, that's indicating that this push is going to likely happen to the upside. Okay, let me just give you another example. If I go on a 30-minute time frame chart, let's go on a 30-minute chart of Dash. So here's a good example of what I'm talking about. So you will see two pulse signals fired off here. One was about a day ago, as you can see here, red dots to blue dots, momentum pushing higher, this went higher, and then over here, again, notice over here, the momentum shifted from negative to positive, and then the red dots turned to blue dots here, and then boom. This is, again, when the momentum shifts like this, when you see a momentum shift from negative to less negative, that's usually an indication that something might be happening here to the upside. And that's exactly actually what happened here. This fired off to the upside, strong momentum, as you can see right there. So what's happening here on the daily time frame chart is actually quite interesting for me, because this might be indicating that there's a probability. I don't want to say high probability, but there's certainly about a 55 to 60% probability at the moment that this could be eventually firing off to the upside and pushing this higher. Now, to increase the probability, here's what I would say. If Dash can close above 92.5, so it needs to get above this previous high. So if Dash can get above 92.5, and ideally close above it, but in any case, if it gets above that and stay above 86, that's really important. It needs to stay above the 86 level. 86 is about, I would say it's about here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a line across that. All right, so it needs to stay above the 86 line. So in other words, as long as Dash can remain above 86 and close or get above 92.5, there's a very high probability that this pulse could eventually fire to the upside and push this higher towards 120. All right, 120 is going to be the likely levels this could actually move up to, 110 to 120. Which, by the way, gives a risk return or risk reward of about 4 to 1. Why? Because the risk would be essentially this much. The risk would be from the top there to 86, and the potential reward would be this much. So let me just draw it from there to 120. It's about I would say about 3 to 1, 4 to 1 potential risk return. I would say about 3 to 1 by the looks of it. All right, so that's what we got there, guys, on Dash. And again, just to be very clear, I want to make this very clear. If Dash reverses direction and goes below if it goes below 86, all right, if it moves below 86, forget it. Because if it moves below 86, this means the momentum very likely is going to turn the other way around. That actually happened in Bitcoin. I remember back, you may remember this. This happened back in October, I think it was, of last year, when on Bitcoin there was a momentum shift like this going to the upside, and then suddenly we expected that Bitcoin could potentially move to the upside, but then suddenly Bitcoin just dropped back below support, and this eventually fired to the downside. So we've got to be very careful here. All I'm saying is at the moment, given the momentum shift, and if if Dash can actually get something going above 92.5, there's a high probability that this could move to the upside towards 110 to 120, as long as it stays above 86. All right, guys, and just remember that in the members video, we cover a lot more detail on the major markets, including Bitcoin and also stock markets as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye for now.